Hey guys, I'm Vignesh and welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. Hope everyone are doing good. So in today's video, we are going to see one of the most popular GCP services called Cloud Bigtable. So in this video, we will be seeing a small introduction on what is Cloud Bigtable, and we will be seeing how to create an instance, that is Bigtable instance, and how to upload data, that CSV data, into Bigtable, and how to query query the data from that Bigtable using HBase as well as CBT command. So this is the objective for today's video, and I hope the objective is clear. Without any further delay, let's get started. So the topic is hands-on on loading and querying data with Cloud Bigtable. So this is the main objective, and we will be focusing only on this. Before starting, I just wanted to give us a small introduction on Bigtable. So Bigtable is a fully managed wide column NoSQL database that offers low latency and replication for high availability. So it's a wide columnar based database and NoSQL database. And to use Bigtable, create an instance and then set up your development environment. So in this demo also, we will be sticking with the development environment. Basically, there are two types of environment. One is development environment, the other one is production environment. Production environment is the case where we will be using in real-time projects. For this learning and POC based projects, we will just choose with development environment. I'll talk more in detail about development environment and production environment, what is the properties of development and production, all those things in brief in the next video or in the later other video. For now, we will not deep dive into all those topics. We'll just understand what is Bigtable, and that's it. So you can add data and monitor all the performance also inside this Bigtable instance itself. So Bigtable doesn't support RDBMS concept. Though it has tabular structure, it doesn't follow RDBMS concept, and it is an server-based instance, server-based service, and it is a millisecond latency, and it handles millions of requests per second. So it is the same database which is used in many popular Google products like Google search engine, analytics, map, Google Map, and Gmail. So this is a very short introduction on Bigtable. We will see the architecture and other detailed information about Bigtable in other videos. So to give the objective for today's video, we are designing a Bigtable schema. We will design a Bigtable schema, and we will implement the row key value also, and we will pass CSV data into Bigtable and query data in Bigtable with HBase. We will be using HBase as well as CBT. CBT is nothing but command line tool for Bigtable to do access with Bigtable. For similarly, GSUtil for cloud storage, BQ for BigQuery, and kubectl for Kubernetes. Similarly, for Bigtable, it is CBT, and the requirement is a GCP project. I'll be using my free trial GCP project and Cloud Console, Cloud Shell, and the Python code and CSV file. So all those things I'll give in the I'll add everything in that GitHub, and I'll give you the link for it, so you can take it from there and you can implement it. So now we will see practical implementation. So we will see this. Before going on, I'll open my Google Cloud Console. So this is my Cloud Console. Inside this, click on this navigate to database and Bigtable. Click on this Bigtable and give it a second. Yeah, this is the page for Bigtable instance. Now click on the create instance. Now click on this create instance, and instance name will be demo-dt. That is Bigtable. The instance ID will get automatically generated, and select your storage type. So we have two types of storage type. SSD is higher. It is more costly when compared with HDD, and it has slower latency and highly available, and more rows per read per second. So we'll go with SSD, and SDD also, it is higher latency for random reads. So select a cluster ID. So here the cluster ID is default generated, demo BTC1 cluster 1, and the region will be, I'll select US Central 1, and the zone let it be US Central 1A. So on the scaling node, no, we can go with auto scaling and we will go with manual allocation. For now I'll go with this manual allocation and I'll have only one nodes. So again everything will be encrypted, and if you wanted to add one more cluster also, you can add it here. The same everything will be same. So you have to just select the location and again scaling. For our demo purpose I'll just use only one cluster, and the storages I'll give only 1 GB of storage. So this is the cost for the entire setup instance. It will be like monthly $468.17, and just click on the create button. It will take less than 30 seconds to create an instance, to create this instance. And once after creating the instance, you have to go to this IAM page and have to give necessary permissions. So for that I'll give BigQuery administrator permission itself to this instance, to myself. So I have already configured this. If you see, this is my mail ID, the arrow 0494. I have already given me this BigQuery administrator access itself. So this is more than enough, and make sure you assign this access to this particular user ID, or you can create a service account and you can give this BigQuery administrator to this service account. So I have given both the I have given access to both the things, both to service account as well as to my user mail ID. So I have given is like now highlight info label, and I'll go into this instance ID. So going back to the documentation. So first we have to do this. To do this, copy this and open the Cloud Shell. Click on this activate Cloud Shell. Your Cloud Shell will open. Click open in new window. Click on this. It will open in new window. It will take some time to load. So let it load. So meanwhile I open my notepad and I'll place my comments here. So first copy this gcloud config set project, and project ID will be this one, learn GCP PDE, and I'll have to copy this ID, PDE ID, and paste it here and hit enter. It will be config into this project ID, authorize it, and meanwhile I will copy all the comments to notepad plus notepad. So echo project learn GCP. So the reason why we are doing this is, I'll tell you, I have to make use of that CBT command, right? We have to use this and just copy whatever it is given from here. Just copy it, paste it here, and you will be good to go. So the reason why we are doing this echo project is because of this reason. Like I am going to the official documentation cloud Bigtable and quick start using CBT CLI. If you see here, configure the CBT. To configure CBT CLI to use your project and instance by creating .cbtrc file. It is a mandatory one. You have to do it. If to configure, to use the CBT CLI command, you have to configure project ID as well as this instance ID. So echo project will be my project ID, and I'll be storing into /cbtrc, same that instant name, whatever the instant name which I created. Demo BT is my instant name. I have to replace this demo DB, and I have to store this into my cbtrc file. To view what is present inside this cbtrc file, we'll be using cat and this respective command. You can see project and instance ID. Same way I can see my project ID. This is my project ID and this is my instance ID. Demo BT is my instance ID. And now then we wanted to create. So we have completed till this. So I'll remove this. Then the terminal displays. This also I have showed you. The terminal displays project ID as well as instance ID. So I'll delete this. Next we'll be using this CBT CLI command. To use that, you can come here. So you can go to this reference and you can search for that CBT CLI command. So here it is CBT command line tool and CBT tool reference. CBT command line tool and CBT tool reference. Here you can see count, create instance, create cluster, create family, create table, update cluster, all those things commands. So we will be using those things for our demo as well. Here now I just wanted to list what are the instances available here. CBT list instances. I will get demo-bt. This is the instance which is currently running in my project GCP learn GCP ACE guide 342819. This is the one instant demo DBT is running in my this project. Next, we will be create a table. We will be creating a table, my table. So to create table, CBT create table. The table name will be fires. So just click on it and execute it. It will take some time to create the table. Once after this is done, to list the table available in that instance, you can use CBT ls. So CBT ls, it will list what are the tables available in that instance. So fires is the only table available in that instance. Now we have to create one column family named FYFWI and metric. To create column family, I'll be using this command, CBT create family table name followed by column name first. My column name will be FWI. Similarly, the next column name will be metric. And CBT ls fire. To list your column families, you have to give this command, CBT list fires. Fires is our table name. So it will fetch all the column names here, FWI and metric. This is my family name and there is no policy associated with it. We will delete all those things. Now to install Cloud Bigtable in Cloud Shell. So to do this, we will be using sudo pip3 install Cloud Bigtable. I have already installed it. It will give me requirement already satisfied to me. Yeah. So I have already installed it. And now I have to upload one CSV file and Python. I'll give it in node. I'll give it in the your like GitHub URL. You can take it from there. To upload, you have to click on this 3 dots, upload, and choose the files. So these are the two files, data loader, forest file. Choose it and place inside this arrow. Where I have placed this, I have cloned on the GitHub repo for this demo purpose, that is Course Google Certified Professional. And inside this Cloud Bigtable, I have placed this is two files, .py and CSV file. I have placed it. And if you wanted to see here, I will show you. CD. First, I will give ls CD course and again ls CD Cloud Bigtable. This is the repo which is publicly available and you can make use of it. This repo is mainly used to go to HBase shell. To trigger that HBase shell, we will be using this repo. I'll give that URL. You can I have given that URL in the documentation. You can take a look at it. You can just clone the repo and you are good to go then. So the next is we'll be using again ls, and if you can see here, data loader.py and forestfires.csv. These are the two files I have uploaded into this. And this is also done. Next, edit the data store with project ID and Bigtable instance on it. So to edit it, use vim datastore.py. I have already edited it. Still, I'll show you. Data loader.py. So if you see, previously I was like I gave data store, that is no data store. So data loader.py. If you see this project ID and instant ID, I have renamed it with my actual project ID, GCP Project ID. Learn GCP ACE guide. This is my project ID and this is my instance ID and this is the file. This file is present inside this location itself, forestfires.csv. So I have given the file name, I have replaced with project ID and instant ID. If you wanted to replace something, you can use vim data loader.py. So you can use I to insert and you can make all the necessary changes. To save it, escape, WQ, exclamatory mark, that's it. To cross check whether that is reflected or not, you can use cat data loader.py and it is done. So I have imported Bigtable as well. So this table is also done. Now we will be executing our Python script. So to execute it, copy this python3 datastore.py. Click on this and just execute it. not data store, data loader.py. It's my bad. So it is data loader.py. Make sure you are using data. Yeah, our Python script file got executed. Now you have to clone this GitHub repo and you have to go to this cloud Bigtable and cd quick start. So you have to come out of it, cd quick start, and execute the quick start shell script command. So once after this is done, you will be landed in the HBase terminal. So meanwhile, let it land. I'll show you what is present inside that CSV file. So if you see here, Parse CSV, it's very simple. We'll be creating row key out of this. So X, Y, month. It is rows. We'll be using this as our row key file based on the day, FMMC, DMC. This is forest fire data. So what are the data which got fired for, which had forest fire? No, those respective details we have collected it here, and we have kept inside the CSV file. What is the temperature, what is the wind, rain area, so all the other features. So X, Y, month. Based on this, we will be creating the row key, and rest everything will be our value. So this will be our row key, and based on this we will fetch values, fetch records according to our requirement. This is the CSV file which is used for this demo purpose. And yeah, now once the command has got executed, we are now into our HBase terminal. Now we will see we have already created one table. The table name is fires. If you remember, our table name is, we used the command cbt table create table fire. So now we will see whether whatever the table which is loaded in Python script, right, it is moved into or it loaded into a Bigtable or not. So here it is, scan fires, it is getting executed. Yeah, see, if you see all the tables, whatever the data which is present there, everything got executed here. It is dumped into this the Python script. Now it has done this work. What does the Python script will do? I'll explain you that also. Give me a moment. So this CSV, if you don't know Python or if you don't know what this actually code done is, you don't need to worry about it. This is an globally available code, so you can take it from there and you just execute that instance. So all these things I have already explained, like bigtable.client, project name, and admin equal to 2. This is our instance name. So a table name is fires, that table name which you are executed right now, right? So scan fires. So this is the table name which we are loading. Whatever the data we are loading here, we are whatever the data which we are making changes on, we are dumping into this fires, this fire table. Remember, the first step, we have created one table, cbt create table fires. Inside that we have created two column family. One is metrics, the other one is FWI. So it takes the row value, all the row value, like this is the row key. Row key is nothing but line X, line Y, line month. So if you see here inside the CSV file, I'm not going to explain, or I'm not going to deep dive into all those things. I'm just explaining you how it created the key value. So this is the key value for us. What is the key? Row key is line X, line Y, line month, line day. So this 4 column includes row key. Rest everything we are associating like FWI, right? We have created column family. So this 4 columns. What are the 4 columns? FMMC, DMC, DC, ISI, 4 columns comes into that column family called FWI, and rest all the other columns comes into the column family called metric, and we are appending this row to our final row, and we are creating table on it. So whatever the table which we created now, it is similar to this. See, 9 X, Y, that July is nothing but month, and the next one is day, whether it is Sunday, Friday, all those things, and the column metric as temperature and value. What is the value? 24.8. So similarly for all the other things, for column FWI, the DC, column FWI, DC, column wind will be metric. If you see wind, that will be in a metric. So we have successfully dumped whatever the data which is present in the CSV file with the help of this Python script, we have dumped into our table, cloud Bigtable called fires. We have done it, and now we have executed this command. This scan fires, this command is nothing but to deal with HBase. HBase has scan fires. Now we will see how to fetch records from that. So to fetch records from that, we will be using this other commands. So scan fires our table name, row prefix filter, whatever the row prefix filter is, and our metric is area. So inside this metric area, all this table, all the records related to this, right, we will come to like 2 x values 2 and y values 2 August, and column name is metric area. We will get all the records to related to it. I'll just execute this slash screenshot. I made some mistakes, so again it will take some time. I hope everything is clear now what the Python script file does. You can just ignore the error. This is a known error, you can just ignore it. And what the Python script file, what are you trying to, what is the row key value, what are the column value, what is FWA and what is metric, what are the columns associated, all those things you are clear now, I hope. Now just scan fires. So use this column scan fires, and you will see the row and the respective column, metric, FWA, the column family which we created, right? So all those things. And if you wanted to fetch something out of it, you can always do like this. So I guess there is some mistake with the command. On columns, let it be metric area. Give me a moment, I'll cross check what is the error. Yeah, I understood the error. So what is the error is scan fires. Previously I didn't add this I didn't add this single quotes. Now I have added this single quotes to both the line. That was the error. So I found it, and now we will be able to fetch the records. So now I'm just searching what starts with 2 and star and column metric.area. If you see, all the column will be metric.area. Similarly, if you wanted FWI DC, same we can do it here. So I'm just replacing this with FWI DC. So we will get all the records which starts with 2 and 2. And similarly, if you want to have August also, right, we can do it. Like we will see 2 XY is 2, and the next one will be March. This is the one which you are going to fetch now. So now we will see what is the value. Like we get 2 values FYDC. Similarly, whatever the query which we wanted to do, right, you can do it from here, as well as you can do it from HBase, as well as you can do it from CBT command as well. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you have any questions or any doubts, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply as soon as possible. Until then, please do like, comment, share and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. So I'll meet you in the next video with interesting content from GCP. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.